All right, in this video, I want to give my thoughts on the video that I posted. Let me give you the exact name. It was with regards to that female. The title of the video is Indian Girl Topper Mocked for Her Facial Hair. Who is to be blamed for this? Video 7455. Okay, I'll put the link down below. So after I had posted that video in the anonymous group that I have, where anyone can join, I don't care who you are, what you are, you can create a fake profile and whatever. So there were a couple of youngsters who did join that. Some of them had verified who they are. So I'd made them join in different groups. Okay. So the conversation or the debate or the discussion was this female. She is a rank holder, but obviously she had facial hair, she had big, thick eyebrows. She looked like a man, okay? Like an overweight guy, a fat guy, and who wore a wig. Now, many people said she has a medical condition, and they also shared videos and articles stating that she has a medical issue. And some people even chimed in and said that it is very expensive. That is why the parents are not focusing on this. Okay. Now, the the point being, what they were trying to say is because she has a medical issue, because it is expensive to get this sorted out, she is excused from her condition. Okay, and then some others give ridiculous nonsense like, oh, there's this guy, Indian chap who's working in Canada, and he has this theory. She is one day going to be a supermodel. Supermodel. Okay. Supermodel, like you're talking of, a Victoria's Secret. That's what you call normally a supermodel or Naomi Campbell or anything like that. I don't know if he even knows what does supermodel mean. So he's saying she's going to be like Victoria's Secret, that female. Okay, just mark my words. His exact saying, mark my words, she is going to be a supermodel. The dedication that she put for her first rank, she is going to be a supermodel. She's going to be the hottest woman. I don't know if he knows what is a model, let alone supermodel. Okay, anyway. So I'll give you my thoughts with regards to all this masala and hangama. People are like, Loy, how can you, talk like this? Okay. Now, let's understand one thing. If you have a medical condition, if you have a serious medical condition, it's totally understandable. Okay? Let's say someone has cancer. Let's say someone has a tumor growing on the face. We have seen these TikTok videos where they have this mass growing like this, or some people, oh goodness, you can't even bear to watch it. Like their flesh is hanging like this and their boils and all. I totally understand. If someone had such a condition, I'm not, come on, man. I make a living giving people advice, coaching, counseling. I should have a little common sense that if someone has a condition like that, no. But here, the condition that this female has maybe gives her more of facial hair, thick eyebrows, fine. And maybe I'm not a medical professional. Maybe it's very expensive to treat this condition. I totally agree. I'm not making fun and saying, ha ha ha, focus on looking hot. No. I'm not making fun of her. Oh, your medical condition, ha ha ha. No. All I'm saying is, the facial hair that you have, how much money, tell me, how much money does it take to trim or get this facial hair removed? Threading or something. How much money does it take to just get the eyebrows trimmed a little bit? How much money? Is it hundreds of thousands of dollars? How much money does it take just to have the hair just looks like this? Just to go for a proper, wash, just clean a proper this thing, just before a photograph at least. How much does it cost? Hundreds of thousands of dollars just for a wash shampoo, little blow dry, look nice, just for a basic presentable look. Does it cost hundreds of thousands of dollars? You'll say maybe they're a very poor family. I don't think they are so poor that just to go for a photograph for a special occasion, they can't afford it. I'm pretty sure they have that much money at least. Okay. So, a hairy female, hair all over, it costs a little bit of money. Now, I'm not saying every young girl should start getting waxed and she should look sexy and hot. There was this, I don't know, young man. He's not a social justice warrior, but he was like, who are we to judge these females? Who are we to judge? How dare we judge these females? Let their bodies be, body positivity and all that stuff. Fine, fine. Okay, sir. Who are we to judge? Sadly, we live in a day and age, a world where we are judged. How many of you got angry with me who didn't like my opinion, immediately snapped, look at your face, tattooed freak. Oh, look who's talking, the mutant. Do you see me crying? Oh, you're judging me. Do you see me feeling upset? No, I'm man enough. I'm not a small boy. I'm not going to take it personally. And when I was young and I didn't have any tattoos and I looked decent enough, people used to still make fun of me. Did I cry boo hoo hoo? No. That's the world we live in. The reality is we live in a world where you will be judged, where you will be evaluated. Why do you think when we watch a movie, we try to see how good the male or female looks like? Why do we judge how the hero or the heroine looks like? Whether it's their physique, whether it's their look. Looks matter. Now, the argument over there was, oh, when I applied to Hertz and Young, and when I applied for this multinational company, they didn't ask me for a photograph. When I sent my CV, I didn't have a photograph. My dear, if you're a student, you're a fresher, and you are in the West, they never ask you to put your photograph. That's true. They'll just ask you, give me your resume, state the details, what I need to know. They're not going to ask you how you look. It's common sense. You don't have to tell me this. I've been in this industry for 25 years, 20 plus years. Okay, let's put it 20 plus years. I'm not a new baby. Oh, really? You don't have to put your photo? Oh! Okay, I'm aware of that. However, imagine if I were to put my experience on a resume without the photograph and I give it. And they look, wow, qualified. And then when they see me, they're like, do you think they're going to take this face for a multinational company? No. Would they take it for airline, banking, where your front office staff? No. So then the question is, if I was very good at accountancy, if I was very good at, let's say, IT, admin, do you still think they would take me? The chances are they would look at me, you don't fit into a corporate this thing. But then you'll say, Loy, but you put tattoos. Come on, you'll put tattoos. Fine. This is a natural. Don't you and me as human beings judge, evaluate, and place other people based on their attractiveness or looks? Please tell me. We judge, right? We have tastes, right? Or are you such a spiritual being that even if you're fat and ugly and you're black and you're white and you are so pure-hearted, anyone and anything is okay? Let's be real, man. We all have our preferences. We all have our tastes. We have the types of females we fall for, the types of body types, the appearances, short, tall, fat, big. We have our preferences. So just as we have our preferences, we have our biases. When people see a tattooed guy, oh, satanic, rebel, mafia, drug dealer, evil, oh, abnormal, we judge people, and it's perfectly right. Why do you think in United States there is this thing about black versus white. Why? Why do you think today we have Israel versus Palestine, Iran versus something else, Chinese, some image you get, Americans, some image you get? We live in a day and age where let's not pretend that you are so mature, you are the pinnacle of maturity that everything is fair. No, it doesn't work that way. If a Christian name and a Muslim name were to apply for the same job, if a male and a female were to apply for the same job, if a particular nationality versus another nationality were to apply for the same job, we know that the person, the individual who is there as a decision maker would have his personal preferences, choices, and biases. If you are trying to convince me or an educated person or a person with experience that, for example, Abdullah Muhammad bin Saeed Al Suleiman applies in, let's say, in Dublin, Ireland, with a big beard. He looks like a mutawwa, Arab guy. Okay? If that guy is applying in Ireland and an Irish lad, let's say Mark Galloway, versus this guy, versus Ramu Singh, Ramu, he looks like an Indian with a mustache, and versus, let's say, a guy from Africa, Ubusubu Gabababzi, he applies. Let's say a guy from, say, a British from Oxford, all of them, who looks like the typical Oxford, okay, Oxford student. Who do you think would be racially profiled? Who do you think would be judged? Who do you think would be rejected? Now, I'm not saying Irish people are bad or Scottish, or you get what I'm trying to say. In India itself, our Indians, they judge North Indian, South Indian. They have a bias towards Muslims and Hindus. They have a bias between white skin and dark skin or black skin. Why are we trying to act like, this is a new phenomenon? Why are we trying to act dumb? That's what I get irritated with people. When they act like, no, this situation doesn't exist. Just to prove their argument or just to win an argument, they're acting like a dumb fuck. I do not appreciate, I don't want to waste. That's why I told this young man, I'm not going to waste my time talking to you, because whenever I would bring one point, he would bring the new point. For example, if I would say that grooming is necessary, for example, I would say grooming is necessary. Yeah, but what if she has a medical condition? Then if I would say that your appearance matters, yeah, but what if it's a back-end job? And then if I would bring in personal biases, yeah, but we should not be judging people this way. So whatever I would bring in, he would bring a new element. If I would say that, as a leader, you have to look proper, grooming everything. Yeah, but if you are a, chartered accountant or you're an IT admin at a senior level, nobody's seeing your face. I mean, does it matter? Like, you're acting like a dumb fuck, yeah. And then when, I bring about, like, you have to keep yourself fit, you have to look good. Body positivity, we can't, someone who is overweight, we can't judge. So, I send him the nudes, obviously covered, of Lizzo, Google search that female. I said, is this your epitome of body positivity? Yeah, but what if a female has hormone? The problem with these youngsters who want to win a debate and want to show that they are smart will always bring up something extra. And that is where do I shut the debate down? I tell them, you're just in your 20s. I'm nearly in my 50s. I have 30 years experience than you. You are theory. I'm practical. I meet decision makers. I've interacted with the decision makers, HR heads, company heads, People have paid me for my expertise in evaluating other people. I have placed people in jobs. Any of these have you done? No, 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 but I applied for a job and, they didn't take my photo and, I'm still studying, but I applied for a job and they said, yeah, they didn't see my face. Yeah, because you're not this female. You're not this female. You don't look like a transvestine. You don't look like a transgender. Like, imagine a guy dressed up like a female because he says he has a medical issue. We live in a day and age where people are judged on various factors, sub factors, religious backgrounds, whether you like it or not. Are you from India? You sound like an Indian. Oh, by the way, you look Arabic. Oh, the exotic appearance. You are Brazilian. We judge people, boss. Look at my face. You think people have not judged me? If you're fat, let's say you're overweight, you think you can work in a fitness industry. If you're really fat, you think people will not judge you as being lazy, as someone who doesn't do exercise. Appearance matters. In fact, if you were to go on a date, aren't you judging that person, evaluating that person? Why don't you go on a date with just your hair left like this and your eyes completely dark and you just look like you just took a couple of shots of vodka with weed and drugs and all that? Why is it that you groom yourself and look special or look the best? Why do you think there are filters in social media apps? Why? Who are you trying to prove with your stupidity and your baseless, immature, bloody argument? It's like talking to a child who wants to win an argument no matter what. It's like, I remember talking to this young man and I was saying that he was back answering his father. His father had booked my session to talk to him, talking to this young boy who was 11 years old. And I told him, see, you can call your father bad words and all that. If tomorrow you are in college and you see people who are senior to you, are you going to call them bad words? Saying, yeah, I'll tell them bastard, motherfucker, I'll tell him. 11-year-old is. I said, what if they're gangsters? Yeah, I'll tell them. And if they act smart, I'll take a knife and I'll kill them. You see, talking to an immature idiot, what a waste of time. That's why I didn't bother. After that, I didn't bother. I ignored him. He doesn't exist. Because I realized I'm wasting my time with a immature social justice warrior, a immature kid who has not done anything in this world, but he has theories about life. See, my dear, my daughter had to get a haircut. 5-year-old daughter. My wife generally has this tendency. She'll, like in the village, they just take a scissor and they just cut and most of the time after they do that, the hair is never straight. It's a little crooked. And I've seen the disaster she did the last time, and I told my wife strictly, this time when the daughter has to get a haircut, including you will go to a professional hairdresser. I will make sure whatever the cost, I'll pay for it. So when it was time for my 5-year-old daughter to get a haircut, okay, she went. I've shared these photographs on my social media, personal this thing, and on my groups. My daughter went to one of those hair salons where, adults come. She was the only baby there. And they not only washed her hair, put shampoo, dried her hair, blow dry. They gave her a proper professional haircut. They used straightener, conditioner, everything. And she enjoyed the process so much. Here's a funny bit. My daughter actually, when I spoke to her, I asked her, how did you enjoy? She was telling me, Papa, like I'm paraphrasing, my wife translated, Papa, you should also get your hair cut, okay? Go, it's very nice. They will put shampoo, they will put soap, they'll wash, they'll massage, then they'll make hair straight. Papa, you also go. So I told her, yeah, I'll go. I was joking with her, I'll go, okay, but there's no hair. Yeah, Papa, 1-2 days, leave your hair will grow back, then you go and get. So imagine that my daughter enjoyed the experience so much so she was telling me, Papa, I'm going every week. Because she is aware, my 5-year-old daughter is aware she looked beautiful because she took a couple of photographs. She said, how do I look, Papa? And she showed me her face. she's aware how she looks. Imagine a 5-year-old. She is aware. And she told me, I want mama also to look beautiful. A 5-year-old girl has that much common sense, has that much of a maturity and ability to evaluate looks. 5-year-old. Then where is your fucking common sense? My daughter has more common sense than you. This is the problem with stupid, ignorant young men and women. Body positivity. Oh, she has a medical condition. Oh, that's why, just to trim the eyebrows, just to trim the facial hair, just to make yourself look presentable. No, she has a medical condition. What the fuck are you talking, boss? The Indian mentality, this girl, because she's born in an Indian family, the reality is, for the parents, this is not a priority. Her looks is not a priority at the moment. They just want her to get a rank, highest marks. And I can assure you, this will continue until she has to get a job. And after she gets a job, the only priority the parents would have is she should get married and she should have a family and she should have children. That's the only focus and priority for an Indian parent. And tomorrow when she's about to get married, they'll just deck her up a little bit. Maybe they will take her to a beauty parlor, make her look good. And because they don't want a girl beyond the age of 30 sitting single in the house, overweight, looking like a dude with big eyebrows and big beard and all that. I mean, they would definitely want a solution, because every Indian parent, the average one, wants their son or daughter, especially daughter, to get married and settle down. And for a girl like that, who comes from such a, simplistic community, they're very traditionalistic. And to that dumb fuck who's in Canada, oh, she's going to be a supermodel. Do you even fucking know how much money does it cost to bloody have makeup? Have you ever looked presentable in your own fucking life? Have you used anything that makes you look, forget model, that makes you look presentable? You're talking from your fucking ass, man. Supermodel. Do you even know how much does a fucking eyeliner cost? You know the brands of eyeliner? Do you know how much does the proper lipstick cost? Or have you seen a female put lipstick, or is your brain like, oh, lipstick? The fuck people talk here. Ignorance, like they say, the force is strong in this one. The stupidity is strong in our keyboard warriors and WhatsApp professionals with PhDs. We live in a competitive landscape, a global, a world where there's global competition, where you'll be compared to the best of the best. And companies prefer to invest in those people who are the best of the best. If you're going to spend money, if you're going to invest one full year into an individual with all other factors being the same, competence, technical skill, experience, with all of it being the same, will come down to these finer points. And the finer points is your appearance, your personality, your looks. This you cannot survive. If looks didn't matter, we would not have Hindu Muslims. No, sorry, we would not have black and white. If biases didn't matter, we would not have Hindu, Muslim, South Indian, North Indian, Iranian, Chinese, American. We'd never have this. If, our belief systems didn't come in the way, we would not gay, lesbian, transgender. We'd never have those issues. World would be a fair place. Whether you could be Muhammad Ibrahim Abdullah Al-Shamsi bin Osama versus Mark Galloway, they'd both get the same opportunities. Maybe someone who looked like a Mutawa, Muslim, with a beard and looked like an Arab, if he were to apply for a job, and someone who looked like a prim and proper, blue-eyed Chris Evans Captain America kind of look, both would be treated the same. Maybe an African from Africa and let's say a British national, you know, born, bred, white, they would be given the same opportunities. Maybe an Indian, Ramu, who looks like a Ramu, and if he was evaluated by somebody who didn't have a bias towards Indians, would treat them the same way. Come on, our Indians themselves, they differentiate between Indians. BJP, Congress, India, Pakistan, North Indian, South Indian, fair, dark, man, woman. Who are you trying to bullshit here? So yeah, this is what I wanted to tell you. In a perfect world where we are spiritual beings, everybody is equal. In the business world where looks matter, image matters, everything has to be perfect. If you are a cleaner, welder, or back end guy that nobody will see your face, fine. You can even wear shorts or your underwear and have your stomach up to your knees and technical skill is good enough. Fine. Nobody gives a fuck. You're doing your job. Like the guy who does my cabling for my cameras and all that. He's a sweaty, hairy, this thing. He doesn't even wear an underwear because when he bends over his jeans, you can see his ass crack and hairy ass. Nobody gives a fuck about him. But if you have to represent a brand and you have to look like one and be evaluated like one at a leadership position, you can't start having a female with hair all over and come on, man. Like they say, common sense is not very common. And the reason why we have youngsters and all the problems today is because of this stupidity. Social justice warriors. And just to appear intelligent and win an argument, they will talk shit. That's why sometimes it's best to choose the people who you interact with, communicate with, and spend your time. Otherwise, it's an utter waste of time. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And let me see what do you come up with. Love to read. You guys take care.